Welcome to CVR English. This is Naresh Kumar. Let's watch the world news. French President by Emmanuel Macron and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The event highlighted the growing influence of artificial intelligence on global governance, economic structures and technological advancements. The summit featured speeches from 13 key figures, reflecting diverse perspectives on AI's potential risks and the ethical considerations adding to the intrigue. The event coincided with reports that billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk had placed a bid for OpenAI, a leading AI research and development company. This development sparked debate over the concentration of AI power in hands of a few influential figures, raising concerns about monopolization, accountability, and broader implications for the innovation and regulation. The summit underscored the urgent need for international cooperation in shaping policies that balance AI-driven progress with safeguards against misuse and inequality.
Monsieur le Président, comment l'Europe peut faire une différence dans le développement d'AI? Monsieur le Président. Monsieur le Président, comment l'Europe peut faire une différence dans le développement d'AI? Monsieur le Président.
At the Paris AI Summit, US Vice President J.D. Vance cautioned against imposing excessive regulations on the artificial intelligence sector, emphasizing the risk of stifling innovation in a rapidly evolving field. Addressing a gathering of world leaders and top tech executives at the Grand Palace, Vance argued that our regulations could hinder AI's transformative potential just as it begins to reshape industries and economies. His remarks highlighted the ongoing global debate between fostering technological advancements and implementing safeguards to prevent misuse, bias, and monopolization. The statement also reflected broader US policy concerns about maintaining a competitive edge in AI development, while balancing ethical and security considerations. As governments worldwide explore AI governance frameworks, Vance warning underscored the challenge of finding the right balance between regulation and innovation.
Number one, this administration will ensure that American AI technology continues to be the gold standard worldwide, and we are the partner of choice for others, foreign countries, and certainly businesses as they expand their own use of AI. Number two, we believe that excessive regulation in the AI sector could kill a transformative industry just as it's taking off, and we'll make every effort to encourage pro-growth AI policies, and I like to see that deregulatory flavor making its way into a lot of the conversations. Number one, this administration will ensure that American AI technology continues to be the gold standard worldwide, and we are the partner of choice for others, foreign countries, and certainly businesses as they expand their own use of AI. Number two, we believe that excessive regulation in the AI sector could kill a transformative industry just as it's taking off, and we'll make every effort to encourage pro-growth AI policies, And I like to see that deregulatory flavor making its way into a lot of the conversations. Number one, this administration will ensure that American AI technology continues to be the gold standard worldwide, and we are the partner of choice for others, foreign countries, and certainly businesses as they expand their own use of AI. Number two, we believe that excessive regulation of the AI sector.
On Monday, President Donald Trump announced the removal of exceptions from his 2018 steel tariffs, ensuring that all steel imports would now be subject to a minimum 25% tax. Additionally, he increased the tariff on aluminum imports from 10% to 25%, marking a significant shift in U.S. trade policy. These measures are aimed at strengthening domestic metal industries by reducing foreign competitions. Though they have also sparked concern among international trading partners and industries reliant on imported materials. The tariff hike is expected to impact global supply chains, potentially leading to the higher costs for manufacturers and consumers while reinforcing Trump's broader protectionist economic stance.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal. This is the beginning of making America rich again. Mr. Secretary, do you have anything to say? As you know, Howard is Secretary of Commerce, doing a fantastic job. And what do you have to say about it?
So when you imposed the tariffs the first time,
Right.
you added 120,000 jobs. And since that time, it's been picked away and nicked away and excluded away, and we've lost 107,000 jobs. And remember, these aren't just general jobs. These are steel workers in America, and now you're going to bring them back. You're going to bring those 120,000 jobs back to America. You are the president who's standing up for the American steel worker, and I am just tremendously impressed and delighted to stand next to you.
We were being pummeled by both friend and foe alike. Our nation requires steel and aluminum to be made in America, not in foreign lands. We need to create, in order to protect our country's future, a resurgence of U.S. manufacturing and production, the likes of which has not been seen for many decades. I love the steel makers. That's good. Of course, because they want to save their businesses. U.S. Steel will now be a very valuable company. Anybody that makes steel is going to be great. Anybody that works in big steel is going to be very happy.
What do you say?
U.S. President Donald Trump expressed his willingness to consider granting a tariff exemptions on Australian steel and aluminum imports following a telephone conversation with Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese on Tuesday. The call, which had been arranged before Trump's announcements of new tariff on steel and aluminum imports earlier in the week, saw Albanese advocating for the exemption. Trump noted that U.S. trade surplus with Australia was a key factor in his consideration, suggesting that the strong trade relationship between the two nations could warrant a more favorable approach. This potential exemptions highlights the nuanced approach Trump is taking in his tariff policy, balancing economic interests and diplomatic ties with Australia.
Our steel and aluminium are both key inputs for the US-Australia defence industries in both of our countries. I presented Australia's case for an exemption, and we agreed on wording to say publicly, which is that the US President agreed that an exemption was under consideration in the interests of both of our countries. What I envisage is continuing to respond diplomatically. That's how you get things done. My government's got a record of getting things done in Australia's national interest. I'll continue to do so. I've made very explicit, I said to President Trump that this was an issue of some media coverage in Australia, and that we therefore agreed on the words that would be used, that it was under consideration. That's what I'll stick to, but we'll continue to engage quite clearly constructively. But can I say this, it was a very constructive and warm discussion. Our steel and aluminium are both key inputs for the US-Australia defence industries in both of our countries. I presented Australia's case for an exemption, and we agreed on wording to say publicly, which is that the US President agreed that an exemption was under consideration in the interests of both of our countries. What I envisage is continuing to respond diplomatically. That's how you get things done. My government's got a record of getting things done in Australia's national interest. I'll continue to do so. I've made very explicit, I said to President Trump that this was an issue of some media coverage in Australia, and that we therefore agreed on the words that would be used, that it was under consideration. That's what I'll stick to, but we'll continue to engage quite clearly constructively. But can I say this, it was a very constructive and warm discussion.
President Donald Trump clarified his stance on the future of Gaza, stating that the Palestinians in Gaza would not have the right to return under his proposed plan for U.S. ownership of the war-torn territory. The suggestion directly contradicted various statements from other officials in his administration, who had suggested that Trump's plan only called for the temporary relocation of Gaza's population. Trump's comments intensified the debate around his approach to the region, with critics arguing that his proposal could exacerbate tensions and further undermine peace efforts. The represents a significant shift in U.S. policy, raising concerns about the long-term implications for Palestinian refugees and the broader Middle East peace process.
And yeah, I think that it's a big mistake to allow people, the Palestinians or the people living in Gaza, to go back yet another time. And we don't want Hamas going back. And think of it as a big real estate site. And the United States is going to own it and will slowly, very slowly, we're in no rush, develop it. We're going to bring stability to the Middle East, to a totally war-torn part of the Middle East, a part of the Middle East that has caused tremendous problem, the Gaza Strip, and we'll own it. It's totally demolished right now. It's a demolition site. It'll be reclaimed. It'll be leveled out, fixed up. There won't be anybody there. Hamas won't be there. We'll be building through other of the very rich countries in the Middle East. They'll be building some beautiful sites for the people, for the Palestinians to live in. They'll be living in harmony and peace probably for the first time in hundreds of years. As far as us rebuilding it, we may give it to other states.
A tragic road accident on the outskirts of Guatemala City resulted in the deaths of at least 55 people. The incident occurred when a bus veered off a bridge and plunged into a quad. Coming to a stop beneath the structure, the fatal crash, which took place on Monday, has raised concerns about road safety in the region. Authorities are investigating the cause of the accident, and efforts are underway to provide support for the survivors and the families of the victims. The crash has left the community in shock, as it stands as one of the deadliest road accidents in recent memory in Guatemala. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu faced disruptions and hacking from opposition members of the Knesset on Monday while delivering remarks about his recent trip to the United States, where he met with the President Donald Trump. The opposition lawmakers interrupted Netanyahu's speech, criticizing various aspects of his actions and policies. This incident reflects the growing political tensions in Israel, with Netanyahu's trip to the US and his meetings with Trump becoming a continuous topic with the Knesset. The heckling further underscores the divided political climate in Israel.
חברת הכנסת דבי ביטון, קריאה ראשונה. לא לעזור לי, תודה. בבקשה.
לאורך שנותיי כראש הממשלה נפגשתי בבית הלבן 20 פעם עם נשיא ארצות הברית. אבל המפגש ההיסטורי עם הנשיא דונלד טראמפ, אבל המפגש ההיסטורי...
חבר הכנסת שטרן, קריאה ראשונה. חברת הכנסת גוטליב, קריאה ראשונה.
של ראש מדינה...
רציתי להגיד לו, חבל שלך.
לא, נא לצאת, תודה רבה. ולא לעזור פה, לא לעזור. חבר הכנסת אלמוג כהן, קריאה ראשונה.
מדינת ישראל חזקה, אתה אחראי לאסון הגדול ביותר.
נא להוציא את חבר הכנסת קריב.
מאז השואה, תלך למנהרות.
Iran's reformist President Mossad Pezeshkian, who long has took as a conciliatory tone toward the West, addressed to crowds during a speech at Azadi and Freedom Square in Tehran. Iran faces crushing sanctions wrecking its economy and the threat of more coming from US President Donald Trump. Even as the American president suggested he wants to reach a deal with Tehran over its rapidly advancing nuclear program. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was heckled Monday by opposition members of the Knesset as he was giving remarks about his recent trip to the US, where he met with President Donald Trump.
ترامپ میاد اعلام میکنه که من میخوام بیایم گفتگو کنیم. بعد همونجا که میگه گفتگو کنیم تمام توطئه‌های ممکن رو برای به زانو در آوردن این انقلاب برمی‌داره، امضا میکنه، اعلام میکنه و بعد میگه ما اهل گفتگو هستیم. میگه ما میخوایم مذاکره کنیم. تو اگه اهل مذاکره بودی چرا این غلطا رو میکردید؟ میگه من دلم نمیخواد، ولی تمام راه‌ها رو در تمام زمینه‌ها میخواد ببنده، دارو رو، غذا رو. غافل از این که یک عمر داره از این کارها میکنه. اگه میتونستن که تا حالا کرده بودن.
مرسی بچه ها یه ذره بیان برتر. قرار بچه ها بیان بالا.
مردم میخوان با این حضورشون ثابت کنن که هرچی هم از لحاظ اقتصادی ما در سختی باشیم کشورمون رو ول نمی کنیم، هرچند که به ما فشار بیارن ما سخت و محکم پای آرمانامون وای میستیم.
ترامپ میاد اعلام میکنه که من میخوام بیایم گفتگو کنیم. بعد همونجا که میگه گفتگو کنیم.
Tractors lined the streets surrounding the UK Parliament in a powerful protest against new inheritance tax measures proposed by the Labour government. The protest, organized by farmers and landowners, comes ahead of a crucial parliamentary debate later in the afternoon on a petition to amend the inheritance tax rules, particularly concerning land ownership. Farmers argue that the proposed changes could severely impact the agriculture sector, jeopardizing food production and the financial stability of family-owned farms. The demonstration highlights the growing concerns over the government tax policies and their potential to negatively affect the farming community and the broader economy. That's the wrap up of the world news. Keep watching CVR English News.